Que é isso aí?
Fala, Magnata!
Rapaz, eu tava vendo isso aqui, man. Será que a gente vai ter que falar inglês, mas falar só em português?
Let's talk in English. Let's talk in English.
Yo, I was checking, I never checked this video. And, we're going to go back because also everybody, Pedro is a busy man, got a lot of things to do. So we only have half an hour over his time. Let's clap for the half an hour.
Yes.
Pedro, let's
Yes.
just talk about that thing. Break down this thing for me. What year was that? Then we're gonna go back for your beginning. But I just wanna because we talk about this video right now. Tell me, what is this, man?
I was looking at this video and I was like, oh, I was a lot more, a lot more good looking back then.
This thing is, I never have the chance. For real, I never have a chance to what I'm saying, look, and so just tell me, because what is this exactly?
This is from 2007. So it's 13 years. 13 years. Yes. And I used to study body percussion in Brazil, and then I went to England to live there for like 1 year, and then I didn't have my friends to practice with me anymore. So I started thinking, oh, I have to do everything by myself now because I don't have my friends anymore with me. So I started, studying like crossing rhythms and crossing time signatures and the feet doing this and the hands and mouth. Crazy
So
stuff.
okay, no, that's more than crazy. That's like another level, man. So let's go back. Pedro from São Paulo, correct?
From São Paulo,
So
yes.
even we have a half hour, we're gonna try to get fast as we can. But
Uh-huh.
let's go back before you even think about do music. Like who you like way before like.
Well, my father and my mother, they are both musicians.
Mm.
So I grew up with
What they
them.
play? What they play?
My mom is a singer and my father is a guitar player and composer.
Mm. Okay.
And
Okay.
so I always had music with me.
I see.
And yeah, I was always playing around with them, but in a playful way, it wasn't like something serious. It wasn't something that I was thinking, oh, I'm gonna do this for the rest of my life. Also because I could notice that this was not giving them much money. So I was like, I don't know if I want to do this.
And so you write that, and so you already connect with the music,
Mm.
and then when you realize be like, yeah, this is what I want to do.
I remember when I was a teenager, I started studying percussion, but like a self-taught, I didn't do any classes. I was just always with my parents, and my parents were always playing. So I was with the people that they knew, and I would go to jams, and then I started playing percussion, but I never had a class.
Uh-huh.
And then my parents started inviting me to play with them wherever they were gonna play, like in bars and restaurants and stuff. And then I was like, oh, this, I think I'm going towards this way. But then at the same time, I went to another school when I was doing my high school. And in this new school, there was an optional class that was a class of body percussion, like body percussion games.
Body percussion game,
Yeah,
like
like musical games through body percussion.
so explain a little better. So,
It was like because it's something that comes from Fernando Barba from Barbatuques,
uh-huh, Babatuk.
They
Let's give shout out
they
Babatuk.
yes.
Babatuks. Yeah.
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 And yeah, and then my teacher back then, it was Cadu Granja, and he was bringing all these games from Barbatuques, and he was sharing in this school, and he was teaching an optional class with the games from Barbatuques.
What year
So
was
it's
that, more or less?
that was 2005,
Oh, fuck.
2006. I was in my high school.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I finished my high school, then I went to England to live in my aunt's house.
That's
And
what the video
yeah,
about.
yeah. And
Uh-huh.
then I was like, oh, I don't have my friends anymore to play with me, you know, so I'm gonna
Well,
have
what
to do by myself.
you went there to do what in England? To study? To
I finished my high school and I was a bit like lost in life. I didn't know what to do, and I was not engaged in anything. I didn't go to university. I was a bit like, I don't know what to do. I was a bit lost. And
uh-huh.
then my parents said, you know, you have an aunt in England, so why don't you go there and stay there for 1 year and see what happens, you know, study a little bit of English. And yeah, that's why.
So you went there, and then after that you moved back to Brazil. After how
Yeah,
long? After
yeah,
how
I
long?
stayed in England for 1 year and a half, and then I came back to Brazil. And then I started thinking about university, and I applied for the music course, the graduation in music in Unicamp.
Mm-hmm.
But then I was like, I I don't I don't wanna study music this way, you know, the conventional way. I know I like music. I know I really like percussion, but I don't want to study like the traditional way. So then I went to another university. It was like a mix of dance, theater, and live performance, live art. It was a crazy mix. And then I was like, well, I've never danced, and I've never done any theater, but let's try, you know, let's try. So I started trying and developing a little bit of this. Yeah. And then in my second year of university, I remember this day I was driving on the street. I was driving my car, my grandfather's car, and then I heard on the radio, I heard Stomp in Brazil, and
What year
and
was that? What
I
year was
that was
90?
2010.
Uh-huh.
And then I remember I stopped the car and I was like, wow, I really want to listen to this.
So you
So
already know about the show?
well, yeah,
That
because when
okay.
yeah,
Okay, okay.
when I was 10, I think I was 10, my father showed me the HBO
Uh-huh, the video.
Stomp video, and then we recorded it in the VHS. How do
Uh-huh.
you say VHS?
Yeah, VHS.
HS, yes.
Yeah, VHS.
And I remember watching that thing and memorizing it, and I was like, wow, this is crazy. So it was like a dream for me, you know? So when I heard Stomp was coming, I was like, I need to get close to them, you know? And then I remember that day I went home and I went to the website, the Stomp website, and I checked all the names of the cast, and
Uh-huh.
I started looking for them on Facebook and messaging everyone, and I was like, you're coming to Brazil, I'm here,
Uh-huh.
if you need anything, you know, let's do stuff. Yeah, that was the first contact.
You the one that's the brought us to Baba Took was like a workshop thing,
I
right?
was there. I was there. Yeah, yeah. I didn't bring you guys there, but I was
Oh, I
there
thought it
with
was
you.
you.
But it was the same period because I brought. I don't know if you came. I think you didn't come. But the same week, I think I brought you guys to see a samba school rehearsal. It was Vai
Mm-hmm.
Vai samba
Uh-huh.
school rehearsal.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And I remember you guys were staying in a hotel that was 5 blocks from my home. which is a crazy coincidence because
Yeah,
São Paulo is huge, you know.
yeah, yeah,
And
and
yeah.
yeah, and then like so right there the connection, and then you went to like after that you came to New York, correct? Or like when you like
Well, I
because
remember,
I met you there in New York
yeah,
was
yeah.
before the audition or something like that.
I think it was during the
No, no,
auditions.
no, yeah, no. We met before in
Ah,
Brazil,
yeah, in
right?
Brazil.
But then you came to
Yeah.
do the audition, so I
Yeah,
remember.
I remember just before you guys leave São Paulo, I remember somebody came to me and said, "Why don't you audition?" And I was like, "No, man, I'm not that good." And they were like, "No, we saw your videos, you know. You're good, man. You're good enough." And I was like, I couldn't believe, you know, that I was good enough because I was when you watch the show from the outside, you think, you know, these guys
Yeah,
are like superheroes. They are not humans. So then I started thinking about this. And then I remember I was trying to find Luke's contact on the internet. And I don't know how, but I found it. And I sent him a message and I sent him this video that you
that
showed.
video.
And then I was like, "What do you think? Do you think this is good?" And he was like, "Yeah, yeah, it's pretty good." I was like, "Okay, so if this guy who created Stomp is saying that it's good, it's, you know, it's something." So I
Right.
started believing more. And then when I heard about the auditions in New York, I went there and that's where yeah, that's when I tried.
Uh-huh.
And you helped me a lot. It was
No,
really
but
cool.
was I remember that you did the audition.
Yeah.
They really like you. They're like, yeah, this guy. And then was the problem of the paper,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You didn't have a work permission.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I remember talking to you after we like kind of rap, and then I was like, then I went to Luke. It was like Luke is
Yeah.
still in the bar.
Yeah.
No, I think I told you. I say, listen, man, I'm going to see them after the show in the bar. So
Yeah.
just come and let's rap with that and see what
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah.
And then we went there. We were like talking, so he already know you. He's like, oh yeah, he's good,
Yeah.
stuff like that. And Luke was like, yeah, just go to UK, because you say you have a Italian passport.
Passport. Yes.
I
Yes.
remember that. Then Luke was like, yeah, just go to Europe and then audition there, and then the rest
Yeah.
is a history.
Yeah. Yeah. And I remember this day, you said, "I'm going to the bar. I think they are there, you know. Do you want to come with me and talk to them?" And then I was scared. I didn't know what to do. And I was like, "Man, I don't know." And I remember you saying, "Do you want to come or not? You know, you have to
Yeah,
decide." And then I was like,
yeah.
"Yeah, man, let's go, let's go."
That's
And
cool.
but I really appreciate that because I think this really helped me like give a, you know, a push. It
No,
was really, yeah.
I mean, the rest is the history. I have a. I want to show this first video right here,
Hmm.
and I think is you before Stomp. Before we go to Stomp, is a video right here. You tell me what is
It's
this?
probably, yeah. Yes,
Uh,
that's when I was booed on national TV.
let me see. Huh? Let me see. What is it? Music, huh?
I was,
What year was
yeah.
that? What year was that?
Ah, that was 2009, I think. They were inviting me to go on talent TV shows. And I remember this day, the judges were kind of divided. Some liked, some didn't. And half of the audience were booing, and the half of the audience was cheering.
They didn't understand, man. That was
Yeah,
that.
it was weird for TV.
They don't understand that. It's like it's too up tempo. It's too forward. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Everything.
yeah. And
That's
it's not mainstream. It's not, you know, pop. It's not. It doesn't have like crazy backflips or things like that.
oh, people clapping, but it's pop now.
Yeah,
You see
yeah.
what I'm
It's
saying?
yeah,
Take time, people. I mean,
yeah,
can
yeah.
we
See the
say?
judge doing this. No, no, no. It's good. It's
Yeah.
good. Yeah, they were fighting, they were arguing. They actually cut a lot of the parts of this video because the judges were arguing with each other.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, but it wasn't easy, man.
So, that's just like, part of the history. But I have another one here. Hold on a
Mm-hmm.
second. I have another one here that, let me see this one here. Oh, what is this? Oh, this is Stomp. We did cool thing in Stomp. I just saw a video that you sent too. Uh, but let's talk about this one right here. Let's see. If you can tell me what is that.
Ah, I think that's Birmingham. Yeah,
That's where.
I think that's Birmingham in England. Yeah,
So that's a
when
Stomp
we
and
were doing the tour. Yeah, that's Cam, Phil,
Richard
Richard.
right there.
Yeah,
Uh,
Serena. That's
the,
Cam.
that's Kim. Yeah, let's give a shout out for everybody.
Yes.
So Pedro, then after the New York, so you went straight to UK, like, or you went to Brazil, then you went to UK.
Well, that's the thing. That's important to say. I was in Brazil. I paid for my flight to go to New York. I wasn't rich, man. I paid for my flights to go to New York just to audition. You know, spent half of my savings. I auditioned, and then in the end, they were like, "Oh, you don't have a visa. Oh, you cannot work here, man. Sorry." And I was like, "What? You tell me that now that I'm here?" And then they said, we're gonna have auditions in London. Why don't you try to go there, again? And then I was like, you think this is easy? I live in Brazil,
Okay.
man. So I
Uh-huh.
came back to Brazil, and then I remember I had the exact amount of money for the ticket in my savings account. So I told my family, yeah, I'm going and I'm gonna finish with all my savings. And then my father was angry, man. He was like, "Are you crazy? You're gonna finish your savings? What if you don't pass this audition?" You know? And I was like, "Hold on, Dad, hold on. Let's wait for the results." So yeah, fortunately, I passed. And then
So
I
15
yeah.
minutes. So so you went there, then you passed the audition, and then
Yeah.
you did most like a London show, or you went on tour. You went on tour too, right?
I went on tour straight away after the training. I went to tour. I stayed on tour, I think, like 1 year on tour. And then I asked to be transferred to London. So I switched with Jasper. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
cause tour is nice, but tour can be really lonely, man.
Yeah, yeah, I know, man.
Yeah,
I did for
really.
2 years. Yeah, it was pretty. The whole time I was like, want to go back to New York. But
Yeah.
so you, and then after that, I'm gonna go. So tell me what you're doing now, because we have like short time. But what are you
Yeah.
doing now?
Well,
Oh no,
I
before
tell
we
me.
go there, we have something here that we did something together. We gotta show that. That's
That's
very important.
true.
That's very
Yeah.
important. Let me see right here.
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
I forgot.
Yeah,
Yes.
man. It's
Oh
like
no,
the.
that's not it. That's not it.
Oh, that's nice. Hold on.
That's not it.
Oh, you
But
didn't send it to me.
it's on I forgot. I forgot to send you it. But it's on YouTube. It's easy if you write it
Yeah.
down on YouTube.
So you can. I'm gonna get this. You can talk about. Let me get a. Yeah, just keep it going. Send. What you doing now. Then we can go
Yeah.
back. What are you doing now?
Yeah, I'm doing well. I came back to Brazil and I wanted to well after Stomp I started touring around the world and teaching workshops. And
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "Oh, I really like teaching workshops, because when we are performing, people are just watching, right? But when we are
Right.
teaching workshops, people are participating.
Right.
People are, active. So I really liked that. And I started teaching more and more. And then I got together with some partners here in Brazil. And we started organizing workshops and retreats
Uh-huh.
for people to make music and basically to use music as a way of connecting to each other, and a way of feeling better. So we started organizing international retreats. People come from different countries, not now because of the this whole crisis, but we have this company called Música do Círculo,
Uh-huh.
and we organize activities for people to connect with each other, which is really cool. And I also started studying and teaching nonviolent communication, which
What is that?
is nonviolent
Oh, no value.
communication.
Okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
How that work?
Well, it's basically some principles, some ideas that help us communicate with each other. Help us face conflicts in a constructive way.
Uh-huh.
Because normally if we have a conflict, and then we think that conflict is the same as violence, or conflict is the same as fight, but it's a different way of seeing conflicts and understanding conflicts. So it's not a musical thing, it's a different thing, but it has to do with how we connect with each other. And yeah.
Can we say that you are the, how can I say, the godfather of the body percussion in Brazil right now?
No, well, I don't know,
Because
man,
you,
because
I
because
mean, I
because
mean, I
Barba,
mean,
Barba is the guy who really, really created.
no, we're not taking, we're not saying that he's, we talk about him. We know
Yeah,
him
yeah,
from back in the day, but as the new generation, what I've
yeah,
been hearing
yeah,
is
yeah,
that it's like I don't hear anybody else. I'll be like
yeah,
Pedro, 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 Pedro. Yeah,
yeah,
we can say that, man. We can,
yeah.
you
Also
know.
because my there are so many people there, man. Um, but you know what? This is why it happened. My dream was to be part of Barbatukis, and it didn't happen.
Uh-huh.
So I was like, it's either me by myself or nothing. So I started really going, for it, and I started doing it by myself. So that's why many people know me, because I was like, I'm gonna make this happen. I'm gonna connect with everyone, and I really want everyone to know me as well.
Fine. I think I got the video that we did together. Hold on. Yeah, man, that's a big deal. I mean, it's a big deal for me. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah,
You know. So if people don't know, this is it's a DVD of 20. How many years? Is it? 20 years of Yvette Sangalo, a
yeah.
very good friend. And Yvette is like the godmother of Quabalis, the project that I have in Brazil. And that's what we did. We was invited by her to Stomp to come down, and Luke came down and put all this thing together for her. And that was, that's Yvette right there. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
And that
It
was a
was the
cool
first
thing.
time.
First time, what?
The first time that Yvette did something with Stomp, right?
Yeah, yeah. That was like, her dream. And she also, oh, Fernando just told me that Fernando from Barbatuque is here. Let's clap for him, man.
Ah,
He's here. Yeah, he's
yes.
here.
Mestre
He's here.
Barba.
Bem-vindo, man. Bem-vindo. Uh, so this video was very important because right there, like I can say in Bahia, people know about Stomp and stuff, but
Mm-hmm.
I think after that, I also really brought Stomp to the next level and that
Mm-hmm.
also, helped Quabalis to keep doing what we do out there because basically we have the son
Mm.
of Stomp, and basically what I do in Brazil is connect the Bahia percussion with stomp and language, the stuff that we do. And Luke and Steven let me, using that to help other
Mm-hmm.
people. Like basically, what are you doing now? Well, you said that that's what you want to do. What do you call the language?
The
What do you
the nonviolent
the
communication.
volume communication? And where do you do that? Like where
Well,
you
I
go?
do it everywhere, man. I teach courses. I do that in companies. Nowadays I'm doing it through the internet, teaching trainees and stuff. But I wanted to say something about this thing, this
The video?
thing that yeah, the video,
Hold on.
which
Let me
is
keep playing.
for me was so special, that thing, because I had never done anything with Stomp in Brazil. So it was the first time that I did something with Stomp in Brazil.
If that was the first time with one of the best, artists in
Yeah,
Brazil,
yeah,
Ivete
yeah. It
Sangalo.
was
That
so
was special,
special.
man. Was a little headache for me, you
I
know.
imagine. Yeah.
Behind the scene was a little headache because, and to do, usually, the Stomp, they don't really do stuff with people like that. And to do that, like it took a little work because Luke wanted to do it in a certain way, the way we do
Mm,
Stomp, and Yvette's supposed to learn some of the stuff, and she did. She
yeah.
did a great job. But behind the scene was like to put it together. But it's always like that. Nothing's easy. Whatever it's
Yeah.
hard, we know,
Yeah.
it's very important. And I was very happy. The end. And
Yeah.
Luke was very happy too. Yvette to this day, she's still, she loved the show. She came to see Stomp many times in New York. That's how I
Yeah.
met her, and it was very special. You see everybody there. You see Jason, Stephanie, Dustin, MJ,
Yeah.
Omari.
Omari.
Yeah, can see what else with
Yeah,
that, but
it was awesome. And it was also
was
to be doing Stomp and listening to,
Cammy was there.
Bahian percussion.
Exactly.
It was awesome.
Now they love it, man. They love the show. So I know you have to go soon, but so that's what you're doing. Is your company is coming soon, Pedro? Something,
Well,
you know what I'm
I,
saying? When you gonna
I
come to Quabalis to do a workshop?
man, it would be awesome. It would be really nice. It would be
I
really
really
nice. I don't
wanna.
know, because now,
No,
we're
now, no, now.
in
Like,
this thing,
yeah,
but
later, yeah.
yeah,
How you doing with
definitely.
that? How you doing with the?
It's going well, man. Right now I'm doing both. I'm doing, both this company with my partners, which is like musical activities to connect people, to connect groups, and to make people feel better. And also I'm doing nonviolent communication, so I'm doing both, and it's going well. It's going well, man. I think you are a creative person, and when we are creative, we find our solutions. We
Hmm.
have to find it. So even with this crisis, we are finding the solutions. We are finding the alternatives, and it's going well. It's going well.
That's good, man. Everybody's healthy. Family's healthy. Like everybody's
Yeah,
good.
yeah. So far, everyone is staying strong,
Yeah.
and
It's,
trying to keep the emotional balance, because it's not easy. Some Brazil right now is really crazy,
yeah, I know.
and yeah, it's with
I
the
know.
government and stuff. It's really,
Yeah.
really
Hey,
tough.
it's crazy. Like I said, people, I think by November, I think that's when we're gonna get it's gonna get very hard. Because that's
Hmm.
when people, it's like the money, it's like, where's the money? Where's the
Yeah,
work? What everything, what I'm saying? Right
yeah,
now, it's kind of like we, look like we're passing through. But I think, man,
yeah,
by November, I really hope for the best because it's gonna be
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, and
It's gonna be good.
also, if some people are healthy, physically healthy, but emotionally this is really unstable and really messing people up. So it's challenging.
Man,
It's really challenging. Yeah, yeah.
people, I mean, yeah. But anyway, man, I wanna,
Hey,
say thank you.
thank you too, man.
Welcome to Amy Vici Vici show. That's how we do it in
Thank
New York.
you.
And Pedro, thank you, man, for your time. And
Thank
it's
you.
very
Thank you.
cool to know. I'm surprised I didn't know about that part, that your family, your mom and father is a musician. And now
Yeah.
it makes sense for me now, the way you think and the way stuff, going to you. It's
Yeah,
very cool.
definitely. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and soon with this thing pass, definitely let's do something Quabalis. My kid,
Yeah.
gotta meet you and see it's different level of vibe
Definitely. Yeah.
percussion.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank
Yeah,
you
man. Thank you, man.
for
I appreciate
everything.
it.
Yeah.
No, thank you. Thank you to be here. All right, man. Catch
See
you
you,
later.
man.
All right, later. Nice. Aí foi Pedro. We got now, it's coming next. Yes. Kat Crawford. She's is the one. She helped me a lot. I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna start over again. Or I'm gonna call her right away. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna call her right away so I can set it up. Stay tuned, everybody. 2 seconds.